Hi there, welcome back to the channel. This is a quick update to keep you guys informed about what's been going on in the shed. Nothing major's happened, but you know, little bits and pieces get done and they all add up. So to start with, I finally took delivery of the uncoupling magnets. So there we are, we've got 3 in there, and I've put 1 in up there, which is a head shunt that goes up under the bridge. I've got round to chipping 2 of my 5 Voyagers. Big shout out to AY76 on YouTube for the video on how to do that, because the 2 driving cars need their own chips for the lights. It's fairly straightforward once you get your head around it, but I wouldn't have never been able to work it out on my own, so big thanks to those guys for putting their videos up and letting us lesser mortals, do what we need to do. So like I say, I got 5 Voyagers, 4 221s, 5 car sets, and 1 4 car 220 set. I've got 2 chips. I've got Doctor Who, who's going round now, and this unnamed cross country 221. I've also started fitting uncoupling magnets to the fiddle yard. The interesting thing about these uncoupling magnets, now bearing in mind I'm using code 75 track, and these are code 83 magnets, because they only come in 2 flavours, code 100 and code 83. So anyway, when I did the wooden sleeper track, I had to cut the sleepers away and then pack out underneath the magnets to bring them up to the right level. With the concrete sleeper track, I can glue them directly onto the track and they're bang on the right height. So I've added a kadee coupling to this class 66 out of the engine, and there's a between 2 pink marks on the track is where the magnet is. It does. There we go. Obviously doing it by hand. Now that was fairly easy to do on the loco, but on the actual Bachmann container wagon, the NEM pocket was far too low. So what I had to do was modify. Oh, I think I've had a short somewhere. Never mind. Well, I've driven that 66 over that point. Right. So I've had to cut the screw hole end off of the kadee coupling, and then pack out the NEM pocket with a bit of 0.5 plastic card and push it in, screwed in, and it's bang on the right height. So there's an easy way to do it. On this track here, I've added this little bit of paper, and that is to stop. I've got a train that's being pulled by my colours class 37 at the moment. It's an engineer's train, and I've put loads in all the wagons, and because my layout is at a 1% incline from that end to that end, and I did that so that I could reduce the incline going down to the hole. So that end of the track is obviously higher than that end of the track. I found that I'd uncouple the engineer's train and it would just slowly start to creep forward. So I came up with the cunning plan. That is an old concertina intercarriage paper thingy that I took off a second-hand coach that I bought, and I've just black tacked it in place, and that works a treat. It's enough just to stop the train from rolling away once the loco's off. So there we go, that's that. What else have I done? Oh yes, let me just reset. Push that back, reset. There we go. Got a few new bits in the yard. So we've got a bit of a road railer being delivered. That's obviously it's a multi-purpose. It's got a bucket, ballast hamper, and I think that's a claw for cutting drag. So the road railer came from Roads and Rails, and the lorry it's on came from Scale Model something or other they're called. Independent shop. Out of interest, I've decided that I'm going to put another crossover in over here. The idea is, at the moment, I can't access the slow lines from the fast lines. So I'm going to put a crossover in there. And I'll be able to do that and give me a little bit more operational playability, which will allow stuff to come off the fast line, go onto the slow lines and go round and then access the centre sidings. Because at the moment, anything on the fast lines is stuck to the fast lines. So I'll do that, give me a bit more operational flexibility. When I set the yard up originally, other than this crossover here, which is done with tortoise motors, all the others are done with those Cobalt IP digital from DCC Concepts. And I decided in my wisdom that I would call this point 7 as it comes off the main line, and I would call this point 6. When I should have called them both the same number and just had the reverse, the throw reversed on one of them. I did the same mistake over here on the three-way point. Let's let Colas go past. So to access this siding is number 2. To access this siding is they're both set straight, and to access this siding is number 3, which is, I believe, this point here. Now, to get off of that three-way point, obviously there's got to be another point here. Well, I called that 4. So what I really should have done was called that and that 3, and had the direction reversed on this one. I mean, I remember to do it on the main line there. That one is, they're both set as number 1. And like I said, this crossover here is number 8. 2 points with the same number. So I'll sort, when I put that new point in under the TV, I'll renumber all my points, which will mean I'll have to make myself another diagram. Now that diagram is obviously not for me. I don't need a diagram because it's my layout. I know where everything is and what it does. But if I have friends over and they want to operate the centre sidings, they can get a bit lost. So I've made that up, just temporary, until I make my proper mimic panel, because I'll be replacing this Cobalt Digital Central, Alpha Central, whatever it's called, with a proper sticky out control panel with a mimic panel on it with LEDs to show the routes that are available. It'll look quite good when it's done. But, you know, it's one of them things I've got to get around to doing. What else is there? Oh yeah, I've started putting the the detail parts on some of my locos. So that's Chadvara, my class 57. I've added the snow ploughs and the vacuum pipes to it. That looks quite good. Although I am struggling to find a photograph of the prototype with snow ploughs. So the snow plough might be coming off. I've done the same to all of my 37s bar one. And the reason I haven't done that one is it's... oh, I'm trying to think what it is now. It's not a Bachmann one. Anyway. So some have got their snow ploughs on and the bits and pieces, and some don't have snow ploughs. I have researched photographs of the prototypes to work out which ones needed snow ploughs and which ones didn't. This class 57 still got to be done. This class 66 I've put the valance on and the air pipes are in, but I haven't painted the valves yet. I'll do that later on. Class 57's been converted. I was using magnetic couplings, but I've decided to switch it to kadees because, well, why wouldn't you? I just love that. Love the ease of doing it. Now, all my factory sound fitted class 37s, I've got this function on which is called the uncouple shuffle, which is brilliant. You just press the button and it automatically goes backwards and forwards and does its stuff. I will have to research how I can do that to all the rest of my sound logos that don't actually have it from the factory. The other thing I've done with most of my stock is I've taken out the crappy little speaker that they come with, and I've put replacement speakers in, which I've bought from Roads and Rails. Some of them have got 20, well, they've all got 20 by 20 by 7 mega bass speakers in, but some locos have got double speakers. Right, my Harry Needle class 20 over there, that's got a double speaker in, and oh, my class 59 that I sound fitted, that's a Road and Rails chip, so it's got the Inkley by Tap hooter on it. But that's got a, I think that's an EM1 in there, so that is really impressive when that's going round. Did I mention this to stop stuff running away? I think I did. So still got my little setup there for drilling my uprights, for making my safety barriers. And there's the safety barriers in situ. So that's 2 lengths at the moment. They start life as I-beam. I cut them to length on my chopper. File the ends to make them kind of round, as you can see there. Let's just zoom in. And focus. As you can see, they've been each one of those has been filed by hand, as they are on the prototype. They're round. They've got the ends around. So each one of those uprights has got to be cut to length, filed, drilled twice, glued to the concrete coping stones, Then they've got to have the wire carefully pushed through each hole in turn, and don't forget there's 2 on each one. And you can see it. Let's see if I can get a better angle. I'm sure you can see that, but and then once they've been pushed through carefully, a bit of super glue to hold them in place, and then they have to be primed, painted, weathered, and then stuck into place. Now, from that bridge to the start of the incline is 7 feet, and it needs safety barriers on both sides, so that's 14 feet. Plus I need to put safety barriers on either side of that underpass, and safety barriers on that bridge when I get round to doing it, and safety barriers on this end. You can imagine how long it's going to take me to do that. And little by little I'll be chipping away at it, and then when that's done I will then start thinking about putting the overhead line equipment in. I'm unsure whether I'm actually going to bother with the conductor wires. I mean, I'd like to, but from watching Pete Wortman's layout develop, it looks like an absolute faff. There you go. I'm not a multi-millionaire and I don't have a team of skilled modelers helping me out, so I'd have to do it all myself. Oh, such is life, eh? Win the lottery and pay someone to do it for you. That's never going to happen. Oh, I've also changed a few vehicles up on the bridge. I've brought it forward a little bit, so a bit more modern on the bridge to reflect what's going on down in the yard. And they're not wired in yet, but my shagging couple is going to be under the trees when I put them in there, and she bounces up and down. It's quite funny. A little thing there. I don't know, just my weird sense of humour, I suppose. There we go. Right, okay, so that's about it for today. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you've got anything to say, please leave a comment below. I will try and link to the AY76 YouTube channel for the videos if anyone's interested in converting Voyagers to DCC. And that's it. Thanks very much. Cheers. Bye.